let's talk about the super fun topic of anxiety. Hey guys, it's Kate from the podcast 7.thirtyone.eightysix, How Not to Suck at Life. So, anxiety is something that I really struggled with from the time I was super young all the way up until I'd say my mid to late 20s. Now, I say all up until because I truly do believe that you can beat anxiety. You just have to retrain your brain. Now, this whole video comes with a disclaimer. If you are at a point in your life where anxiety is completely taking over, there are times where we cannot fight that battle alone, and I'm going to encourage you to seek the advice of a therapist or a counselor. I know I have done that at various points in my life, and it's truly imperative, and just know that you're not alone. Don't ever be ashamed of doing so, okay? So that's my little disclaimer. Now, the first thing that I had to learn with my anxiety is that nothing is fatal, okay? Literally nothing is fatal. If you fail at something, most likely you are not going to die at it unless you're walking across a tightrope over the Grand Canyon without any harness, okay? Most of us do not put ourselves in a situation where if we slightly slip up or we make a mistake, we're not going to die over it, okay? So you have to train your brain to learn that nothing is fatal. If you have a huge presentation to give in front of 150 people, chances are you're not going to die from that. So relax. If you keep getting anxious and anxious and anxious over these things, guess what? It's probably not going to go over that well. So just keep in mind that nothing is fatal, all right? The other thing that I always like to tell myself, what is the absolute worst that can happen? Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, why would you think of the worst thing that could happen? My brain does this really fun thing of thinking about what's the worst thing that can happen. And it is always something that there's a tiny tenth of a percentage that would even happen. So it's looking at that scenario okay, this is the absolute worst thing that can happen. If I want to go ask someone out, not only do they say no, but then they slap me in the face and they run away and then my car blows up. That's not going to happen, okay? What's the worst that's going to happen? And guess what? If something bad happens out of that situation, you're just going to keep on trucking, keep moving along, go on to the next thing. Maybe that wasn't meant for you. Keep moving, all right? The other thing is, remember the worst day of your life when you were a kid? Okay, let me rephrase that because you probably can remember the worst day of your life. Oh my God, I farted in class and everybody was like, ah! Probably your classmates don't remember that. But think about all of the bad days that you've had, every single bad day that you've ever had. Can you think of every single bad day? I know I can't. I can think of some really, truly freaking awesome days that I had. So just think of it that way. If you have a bad day, guess what? You're probably not going to remember it in 3 weeks anyways. Life always goes on as well. I know a lot of people get anxious over relationships or people that they have in their life. Just know, people are constantly coming in and out of our lives. If you are growing, people are going to move in and out and it's going to be fine. The right people are going to come to you. I know you're going to hear this over and over and over again, not just from me, but everyone else that's having a really great time in life. People come in and out, you end up where you're supposed to be. And the last point I'm going to make on anxiety, if you're a good person, chances are really bad things are not going to happen to you. If you are getting your goals done, keeping everything in line, doing what you're supposed to be doing, the worst probably isn't going to happen, okay? So sometimes you got to tell your brain, shut the hell up. I'm going to be fine. We're going to keep trucking. We're going to move on and stop being so anxious. I really shouldn't tell you to stop being anxious. I know we can't always help it. Go meditate, get outside, get off of the internet, go do something active, retrain your brain. Got it? Got it. All right, guys, we will see you soon. Bye.